Hi guys, welcome back to the Astrology. Today we are going to be doing the monthly reading for March, and this is going to be for the sign of Taurus. Now you can watch this both as Taurus rising or ascendant as well as Taurus moon. Of course, when you're watching this from a Taurus moon sign perspective, you have to understand that you should derive significances more from an emotional or mental state perspective. Whilst from a Taurus ascendant rising Lagna perspective, you are going to get physical manifestations into play. Physical realization of the predictions should come into fruition. All right. So, with that said, let's try and understand with all these planetary positions, especially into the sign of Pisces coming into play in this month, what do we have in store for Taurus friends? So, guys, as you can see on your screen here, you have Jupiter sitting in your first house itself, and it is an exchange with your Lagna Lord, or if you're watching this from your moon sign perspective, your moon Rashi Lord, which is Venus, and that is sitting in your 11th house, and it's sign of exaltation in Pisces. The first and the foremost thing for you to understand here is that Venus is in retrogression from day one in March. Things are going to be moving a tad bit slow. Yes, you are putting in a lot of effort, you're putting a lot of energy into what you want to achieve. Your mind, body, soul, especially if you're watching from a Taurus moon perspective, it's an exalted mode. You are very strong with your mindset, but even for Taurus ascendant folks, your Venus is sitting in 11th. You are driven by materialistic outcome. You are driven by goals. You are trying to achieve your level best in terms of the objectives that you are trying to chase. Yet, you could sense some sort of delay coming your way. Things will take time to shift. Things will take time to move. Remember, Venus is also the lord of your sixth house. And it is six places away from itself. Bhavar Pavam is coming into play for the sixth lord. It's a very strong position when it comes to your Shatru Hanta Yoga. Yes, problems will come your way. Yes, obstacles will come. But at the same time, you have the ability to overcome those obstacles and those challenges. It could be with respect to your health, with respect to delays, with respect to the obstructions that you're facing. Just your daily schedule or regimen getting haywire, not because of your own thing, but because of some external factors. You could be falling sick. Unnecessary known, unknown troubles could be coming your way. And it is also a period where you could be seeing certain decline in terms of your savings, but all of that is going to get addressed at some point in time because Venus is going sixth itself as well, which is an important thing. And it is sitting in conjunction with Rahu, who's the natural lord of 11th house, so to speak. Thus, this position of Rahu as an amplifier, as a magnifier in conjunction with Venus, though Venus is in retrogression, is going to be an interesting and a positive aspect for you, my friends Taurus. You are continuing to have one of the good periods, even though you are facing certain delays. Many of the other zodiacs are struggling. So, Taurus, you are in a much better place right now. Let me tell you that. You should smile after listening to this because many other zodiac signs are struggling at this point in time. At the same time, you have to understand that almost all planets are going to be giving an aspect into or being placed into your fifth house itself. And that becomes extremely crucial for you. Why am I saying that? See, Ketu is sitting in your fifth house. Mars is giving an aspect from its fourth. Jupiter is giving an aspect from its fifth. Venus, Rahu, and Mercury are giving a seventh direct aspect to the fifth house, whilst Sun will also give that from 14th of March onwards. And your Yoga Karaka planet, which is Saturn, it will be giving that aspect from 29th of March when he gets there. What does this mean, my friends? It means that matters related to relationships, matters related to your creativity, your emotional aspect, your fame, your strategies in terms of investment. stock market trading, stock market investments, your kids and their health, your education, your romantic life. All of these avenues could see a potential impact. And this is one place where you will have to be extremely careful. First and foremost, when it comes to your relationships, it will be hyper important for you to control on your language in terms of your communication. Mars is sitting in the sign of Gemini, and he's giving an aspect there. Ketu's already placed. Jupiter will try and save to a certain extent, but he's giving an aspect into the sign of Virgo. It is an exalted aspect from Mercury, which is debilitated, being the lord of communication. But he is also getting a debilitated aspect from Venus. And then Sun will also bring his egotistical nature and give an aspect. So you understand how crucial it is going to be using the right set of words, the right choice of words during this period. And you are Taurus moon, you know how to tackle this. Or Taurus ascendants in general, Taurus rising in general, it can be a little tricky, and I would want you to be cautious about it. This would also be a period that could dampen the health of your kids if you are parents. So you will have to take all the more care of your children if you are watching this video. But if you are a student watching this video, this is going to be an excellent period because you are going to put everything within your capacity. And Saturn is combusted, which is the only challenging aspect from a student life perspective. But there is a very strong possibility that you might be able to fulfill your ambitions, your goals from an educational perspective. You might get an admission into a right college. You might get started with the right course. You pursue something which is important for you. See, eighth lord is also coming into ascendant, which is Jupiter. You have to understand that. And Jupiter is giving a benefic aspect to fifth house. It is a very blessed situation from a student life perspective, as well as if you're appearing into some kind of competitive examinations and stuff. Your Venus is 6 places away from itself. That's a good position to be in. I see a very strong possibility of success coming in your way. But from a romance perspective, from a trading perspective, very important, guys, I would want you to practice caution. Yes, see, transits have a 10, 20, 30% impact, but it is an important transit this month. Your natal chart, Dasha, Antardasha, is going to give you a lot more clarity as to what is going to pan out. So I don't want you to arrive at a judgment just by watching a transit video. But at the same time, you have to give due respect to what this Mercury can do. He's coming into debilitation. Yes, Nijbanga is happening there. He's giving an exalted aspect to the fifth house as well, but it will take some time. And this Mercury will get into retrogression as well. And thereby your decision making becomes extremely crucial. If given a chance, you should always lean onto an expert opinion. Before making a trade, look into the expert calls, watch the interviews. Before a trading day, try and stick into your natural philosophy of trading, into your fundamentals that you followed throughout. Please shy away from any kind of experimentation during this month. It's not going to be a good idea. I know you guys are Taurus moon, you are smart people, intelligent folks. Taurus, you are an earth sign. You rule with respect to money. I respect all that front. But you have to understand that this is a time, at least from money making perspective, you have to be a little cautious. You have to be the leveraging the right information. You have to be leveraging the right experts. If you are running your own business, you might be seeing some challenges coming in there as well. Ninth and 10th lord, which is Saturn, it is currently combusted. And that is the case which is happening through the course of this month and in future few weeks as well. By the way, if you are looking forward for me to make a detailed video on Saturn's transit in Pisces and what kind of an impact it can have for Taurus, this is the time that you put a comment saying, Dave, please make a Saturn transit video. More the comments, it will give me the enthusiasm to put together that video for you folks. But it is important for you to guys to understand that your ninth and 10th lord is currently combusted. You could find situations that luck might not be favoring the way you would have anticipated. Things will take time for you to transpire. This is going to be a theme. Delay is going to be a theme. Getting less than anticipated could be a possibility. And that could reflect in your karmas as well. Somewhere or the other, either you could be losing enthusiasm, there could be a lack of energy, drive, motivation within you, or it is a possibility that you might be putting in your best efforts. I'm skeptical on that. I see there could be a lack of efforts first and foremost. But even if you are putting in your 100% and more, the outcomes will be slightly stunted. But you have to remember that Sun and Saturn, though they are inimical to each other, but they're forming a very strong Raj Yoga in itself in the 10th house, both of them gaining excellent directional skill and strength as well, which means that Taurus, you folks cross the board. If you are a homemaker watching this video, a student, business person, job, whatever kind of roles that you are in, you're a politician, whatever walk of life you come from, you are going to be doing a lot of effort in the first half of the month. Extraordinary amount of effort will be going in from your side, which is remarkable of you folks. At the same time, there will be so much of drive, there will be so much of ambition, there will be so many goals that you could set for yourself, that there could be a lack of direction, lack of clarity, and mounting up of frustration as well for that very reason. And that is where I would want you to be careful. Now, you have to understand that Mars is the lord of expenses as well as marriage partnerships for you, and he's sitting in the second house. It's both good and bad. There will be possibilities of diminishing of your savings, expenses, known, unknown could come your way when least anticipated. There could be unexpected obstructions coming in your way. For people who are married, you will have to be watchful of your partner's health situation as well. They could be feeling down, sick, not well. If the same happens to you, I think it could be a seasonal issue that might crop up, because you will have the ability to overcome, sustain, as I was saying, win over your problems and obstacles. I do not see much of a trouble for your end. But argumentative situations, excessive food, or I should say, sweet tooth consumption could be on the rise for you. So please be watchful on that front as well. But communication is something that you have to take a note of. You will be giving an exalted aspect from Mars into your ninth house. So that combusted behavior of Saturn will get some support at least. Even Jupiter is giving a ninth aspect, though debilitated into your ninth house, but that's a good aspect. Ninth aspect of Jupiter is a very positive one, which gives me a lot of positivity and hope in terms of things eventually panning out for you. So you see, stroke of luck will come your favor, but you will have to be just showing enough belief, patience, perseverance, and persistence. Travel for you may not be very fruitful at this point in time. If possible, try and avoid it in the month of March. However, from a mental peace perspective, you will be very busy and occupied for the first half of the month. You could find that is also a time where your own health or your mother's health could be taking a toll, especially on an emotional front. But things will improve as we proceed ahead in terms of number of weeks. I've discussed a lot from your family, children, romance perspective. I would want to draw your attention from your external partnership standpoint as well. It is going to be a fruitful period for your partnerships. There could be certain challenge to your partner, but overall, if you are married or if you are pursuing any kind of professional partnerships as well to the world, you are going to find some or the other positive elements coming out for you. Now, you have to also understand here that Saturn's movement will be happening into your 11th house from 29th, where you will have almost 5, 6 planets present or aspecting. And thereby, it becomes absolutely important for you to find clarity in your thought process. So, if as Taurus moon, you will still be comfortable with this. But even for Taurus rising, I will be recommending you guys to please go ahead and practice some meditation this month. It is going to be hyper important. Lord of your eighth is sitting in your ascendant, and he's also the Lord of your 11th. And that is why this materialistic drive could be tad bit damaging as well, which is what I'm little worried about you folks. If you are able to manage some of this well, I think it is going to be a period unlike many other zodiac signs for you guys, Taurus, to gain success, to gain closures, to win over your enemies, to conquer your problems, do well with respect to your health, manage your communication. You will be able to balance your relationships as well. I think you will be on an uptick path in the month of March as well. If you have enjoyed watching this reading, then you must smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology, and keep watching. Om Namah Shivaya.